Hey to my Happy Wife Project goddesses. Hello, 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 hello. It's been a while since I made a video. I've been so crazy busy with business, with life, my husband, the house. Just life is so good. I think I showed y'all the like the garden house he's made, but we've been out of town, so we haven't had time to like work on things in our backyard. And we have a big July 4th like family reunion coming up, so we're busy. So anyways, just want to make sure that I'm checking in with you all from time to time to say hey, and I will try to do a live. Y'all know I live for real. Like after hours I be wanting to spend time with my man. I love this man. My husband is so easy to love. So but what I wanted to come along and say is make sure that you're reading the books. There's kind of a cadence to all of it. um do the work though. I mean, every single day I still do work because I really want to understand my husband. I'm over 40, y'all. He over 50. He double nickels. We got to make this work. You know, Beyonce has a song called Sound the Alarm, and me and my aunt kid, because I'm like, we gonna fight or we gonna share? I'm not going anywhere. Now, I don't want to share no man. Okay, listen. And my husband knows my one non-negotiable is I don't date cheating men. And that's my number one non-negotiable because I believe that as a woman, I put in the work to where I don't expect a man to cheat on me. You know, I'm the finest. And if you feel like you got to cheat on me, then just go be great because I can get me somebody else to replace him. He understands that. That's my number one non-negotiable. But I want to talk to you all about longevity, what to look for in terms of these men. I have other posts that I've done, but it's great to have refreshers. I would not entertain any type of relationship with a man over 50 that has never been married. And I believe that comes from getting to I Do, The Secrets of Doing Relationships Right. It may also be in this book, Why Men Marry Some Women and Not Others. Don't even entertain it. Like, you'll know. Because when you're meeting someone, oh, you're single. How long have you been single? You divorced? And if they say no and they're over 50, run. They're not going to marry you. See, they don't understand the benefits of marriage, nor do they care. And I have an uncle in his 60s, and he is very nice looking. He's 6'5", 6'6", and just really well put together. My Uncle Daryl is cool as a fan. And we were talking actually yesterday, the time I'm recording this video, and we talk about everything, but we were actually talking about Jada Pinkett's mama, okay, how fine she is, because he knows I stay fit and stuff. And I told him a story that happened recently with me, with these men flirting with me. And he's like, well, you look great for your age. He's like, you know who else looks great? Jada Pinkett's mom. He's like, I would marry her. And I was like, you wouldn't marry her. He's like, yes, I would. I said, Uncle Daryl, you over 60. I said, men over 60, really men over 50 don't marry. And he's like, you're right. I probably would marry her. Jada Pinkett's mama. Okay. They won't marry you. So number one, look for men as you're entertaining them online, offline. If they've never been married, they are not even a candidate that you should entertain in terms of a relationship. Number two, make sure that they have been on their job for a long time. Now, some of you all are entertaining entrepreneurs. I would not recommend it. I've been in this game 10 years. The stress levels, I don't care if they're making millions. It's again with their profitabilities. Like there's just too many factors. They entertain a lot of dinners, lunches, travel, relationships. I would not recommend it. But that's me. You do you. Okay, because it is fun being an entrepreneur. But look for longevity. I'd say at least 10 years. I mean, I don't know that I would date anyone that hadn't been on their job about 20 years. Okay, 20 years. So look for longevity, because again, if they can't stay on a job, what you entertaining them for? Because at this stage, the women that are in my groups and that are in my circles, y'all got it going on. Y'all got your own businesses. You all have your own retirement. You have your own home. Some of you, you've been on your job 20 years, 15, 20 years. What do you want to entertain a man that can't keep a job for? So don't entertain them. They haven't been on their job at least 10 years. Because think about it, 50, why you only been on your job 10 years at 40? Same industry too. So that, again, that's my recommendation. The next thing, y'all know, I love these veterans. I love retired veterans. If they either a retired veteran or service disabled veteran. So here's the difference. My husband has a retirement from the military, which portion of it goes to his ex-wife. It is what it is. He's also 100% service disabled. So that's two checks that come in, 100% guaranteed for life. Okay. So if they're a retired veteran, after 20 years, they get a retirement check. Now, some of his checks may go to that ex-wife, but they'll go up to 50%. My husband doesn't have 50% that goes over, but it's, significant portion. But it is what it is. But you'll know either if they have that retirement check or the service disabled check, they have a guaranteed flat income coming in. And then also, their benefits. Also, it doesn't really matter if he lives in a house or an apartment. I lived in an apartment before I met my husband, loved it. I would love apartment living. So don't kind of base on that. He does need to have a car, but I mean, come on, at 50, he should have at least 2 cars. My husband had a truck when I met him. He had a car when I met him. Now, I actually had him, I didn't make him, but I suggested strongly and recommended he give it away because I found out it was like his ex-wife's brother, but it just had too many memories attached to it. So he got rid of it. So I gave y'all 4 things. So again, longevity in terms of their job, longevity in terms of if they're a veteran or military benefits. I know I gave y'all not another one that's escaped from me. Just listen to the video. What else? Oh yeah, if they had been married before. My husband had 16 years in his first marriage. Let me move something here. And then he had 8 years in the second marriage. And then I'm his third wife. Like he was married all of his 20s, his 30s, and now his, all his 20s to 30s, 40s, and 50s. So for me, same thing. I was married in my 20s, my 30s, now in my 40s. So we are very relationship oriented. One of my favorite books is this Attached, and the quiz is important. But after I read this, I am a secure attachment style. My husband's a secure attachment style. We are literally the perfect match to choose to love each other. It's a choice. And he ain't the only one in the world that could have been for me. He's the one I made a decision to choose, and he chose me. So I hope this is helpful. Y'all know I'm cheering for you. You just need one. And I'm going to tell you, these men, a little over 50, they're a little rough around the edges. He might not come packaged like you want him, they're a little different, but they are so fun. Oh, my husband and I, we travel. We just went to the Jacksonville Jazz Festival, Capitol Jazz Festival. We do things in the house. Like, it's just, life is easy and it's so much better together. So I appreciate all of you being in the group. Tell a friend. My goal is I'd like to have like 50 women. I really want us to do like I said, cruises and events. We don't need girls trips. We just need happy wife women trips where we say, hey girl, what's working for you? What you doing up here? Girl, got me some new lingerie, reading this book. Like, where we are just uplifting each other. And I find a lot of women aren't doing that. Like I said, married women are keeping women single because they're unhappy in their marriages, but they're not doing the work. I do the work over here. And it's funny because my daughter is like, Mom, I know you say it should be easy. And, I do the work over here. Okay. I be telling Mr. Darrell, my husband is very particular. He's different, but I've studied him to when I know if he needs time to himself. I know what he wants for dinner. I know if he want me to cook, he don't want me to cook. I know if he wants to watch a movie, I don't want to watch a movie. I know if we just fall asleep on the couch. I know my husband. I know when his energy shifts. I have studied this man and I've studied the books. I know that women are like spaghetti, men are like waffles. So I compartmentalize things when we speak. I know how to navigate relationships. And I'll do a whole separate video about navigating, the exes too, because my husband has a son that has Down syndrome, special needs. So we have to deal with the ex-wife. And it's not as easy as it seems to deal with exes because it's awkward. It is overwhelming and awkward, but that's a whole nother video. So again, look for longevity in their life, okay, in different areas of their lives. Have they started and finished things? Did they start their college degree, finish the college degree? If they didn't start the college degree, did they start working for the government, stay with the government? Have certifications, look at their LinkedIn profile. That's why I like these veterans, because they have been vetted, honey. They have an honorable discharge. He's a pretty honorable man. And if they're 100% service disabled, again, find out why. I had to learn with my husband with his PTSD. He'll open the car door for me, and I noticed he would always look around. I thought it was because he liked attention. But I realized it's because he's looking around he's always scoping the environment. Everywhere we go, we had the front row seat. Well, not front row. We were 8 rows back or whatever. Totally uncomfortable. We got to always sit way in the back wherever we go. But it's okay because I understand him better. Okay. Study these men. You only need one. Some of y'all really need to get moving with this online. Y'all are playing games. Like, I don't get it. And you're so shy, but you're the prize. You have all of the knowledge you need in here. Online, offline, but you got to get out the house. chapter 40 or chapter, I think this is 6 and why men marry some women and some don't. Um, get out there. He talks 2, 3 times, 4 times a week. You're going to increase the likelihood. You're going to increase the opportunities. I don't mind meeting men in public, but y'all know, I know my teen is out going this and that. I'm just friendly. But when I was online, my daughter had to manage that profile stuff because these some of the men are slick. But knowing what I know now, again, that checklist. Have they been married before? Okay, no. Mm-mm. And I'm not talking about a year either. Like way back in their 20s, they never married again. Like, have you been married? Like, did you have some time in skin in the game for like a couple of years? Some of them may have been, a little wayward with their sperm. My husband got a bunch of kids now. We don't know if they all his. I don't know. I'm saying he don't care, but they may have. I had to accept that my husband had a bunch of kids. The other thing is, like I said, that job. But those need to be in the back of your head. You can work with the other characteristics in his life because these men over 50, they're cool, calm, and collective. Okay. I love talking to y'all. Thank you so much for being a part of the Happy Wife Project. And I hope and pray we can grow into something bigger than what we are. Kai is one of our newest members recommended, hey, maybe we could write a book. This is a passion project. And the only reason I charge is just because the gateway keeps the trolls out. Because otherwise, I don't need to charge y'all. But it's just an incentive for y'all to be here. And it's fun. Okay. All right. So if you have questions, I am navigating this. I am in this, but remember, I'm 3 years removed. So I knew what I knew back 2020, 2021. So now a lot of this is shifting into more of the marriage and relationship. And dating's different, but marriage is different in your 40s. It is very different, especially for some of you that have lived by yourself for a long time. It is an adjustment for you. I've never lived by myself. So I've never lived by myself. I've always been married and had kids. So I went from 17 with their father, had kids at 19, my 20s. So I've always had kids, Mansur, and then Mr. Daryl, my husband. I haven't called him Mr. Daryl, but for the kids. So I've never, ever, ever lived alone. Some of you all have lived alone your whole life, and it's going to be an adjustment for you, especially if you have a small space. We have a huge house. That man, if he don't want to be bothered with me or I don't want to be bothered with him, he's in the backyard, he's in the garage, he's upstairs. Like we have a lot of rooms to go into. Keep that in mind. So you may need to spend a lot more time with other people because things in your house are going to be moved. He might be messy. He might not. My husband might leave his shoes in the middle of the floor where he took them off or his clothes. I don't touch it. He a grown man. If I feel like it, I might. But most of the time I leave it because I don't know if he's coming back to it. And we understand each other that way. How are you going to divide household responsibilities? I clean the bathrooms. I keep the kitchen pretty clean because I cook in it. My husband does the laundry. He mops the floors. He does like the heavy lifting things. You need to know those things. Okay. Going in and you'll kind of find the flow. When I used to start staying overnight in my husband's home, I just noticed like the shower like looked kind of dirty and I just started cleaning the bathroom and I noticed he's never cleaned the bathroom. But I like the bathroom clean and I'm okay with that. So I clean all of the bathrooms and it's just us. We use the one downstairs and the one in our master bedroom. But then we have 2 others, but I just keep them clean weekly. Okay. So I love talking to y'all. I know I just went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I hope that you're working on your fitness level. I'm trying to make sure my mic's still on. And it's important. Let me tell you. Some of y'all are naturally, thin and stuff, but just make sure that you keeping your sexy all the time. You should not be walking out the house raggedy. I keep earrings on all the time. I keep a little necklace on. I paint my nails. I got my cute little watch band. You should be cute, whether you married or not. You should be walking out the house right. And you should be smiling and just nice. You don't have to be extrovert, just be nice. I meet so many mean women. I don't know why they're just so mean. Anyways. Bye.